Hello, welcome back. So I am signing on significantly later than normal tonight. I was feeling a little under the weather this morning. So I have decided that I'm going to cast on my handspun. And I'm just going to do an easy knit all the way around cowl. I just need a easy, brainless project right now. So yeah, just gonna cast on and go for it. No pattern, just cast on a bunch of stitches that look like it would be big enough to fit over my head. And yeah, have at her. So I'm doing a cable cast on because I don't want to try and guess how long I need my tail to be, and I don't want to have too long of a tail and waste any of this beautiful yarn that I have drop spindled. So yeah, just gonna cable cast on. So I'm using Collage Square needles, and I'm using their interchangeable set. And I'm using a 6mm. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, not really, can you? Just a little, but not really. But they're the brand that I'm using for the cowl. I do enjoy the square needles. I find I get fatigued less fast. But yeah, I'm also being pretty delicate with my handspun. This is the first handspun I've ever done, like drop spindled. And while I did put it under quite a bit of tension when washing it and stuff, I'd rather not risk too tight of a tension and then it breaking on me, when I really think that this would make for a really nice slubby cowl as my first make. Yeah. So just getting a easy project on my needles. It's not the maxi dress, like that I can actually have finished in a short period of time. Because as much as the maxi dress is all in stockinette, it is not a project that will be done quickly. But yeah, we're almost at the end of the February knitting challenge. We have 5 more days. And thank you to everyone who has donated and who has joined me in the knitting adventures. But yeah, see, my first drop spindle hand spun is kind of slubby. I think this is my tail. I have some somewhat consistent ones here, and I have itty bitty thin ones. I got pretty good near the end of my fiber. Like, I started really getting the hang of it. But yeah, splitting the fiber like from the braid into thinner, workable strips, like quite significantly thinner workable strips, made a huge difference. I still had to draft, but it wasn't as difficult to draft. So that was nice. So maybe I'll give it another try again at some point. But there are lots of projects on the go. I think I have a total of 10 and casting on 11. So lots to do, lots to keep me entertained. And I did make it through the qualifying round of Sock Madness. So the first round of Sock Madness, I believe, will be kicking off in a few days. Because the last time I checked, the countdown clock was about 3 or 4 days ago. And at that time, it said that there was 9 days left till the qualifying round concluded. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Having a bit of a new challenge, something different. There's so many things I want to create and make, but there's only so much time, especially in a slow fashion, slow craft environment and industry. But hey, who says I can't dye with whips on my needles, eh? It makes me happy. That's all that matters. Makes me happy. They have their home and they don't get in the way. Mm-mm-mm. So I'm thinking it might be pretty good if I make the cowl just like the whole entirety of this cable, because it'll fit over. One way to ballpark measurement. Well, I know for a fact it has to be larger than 22 inches because the 22 inches is the crown of my head, I believe. Yeah. So just get this cast on going. Also, if you haven't heard, Arns and Carlos are coming to Toronto on April 11th, I believe. And tickets are on sale to the public. I believe you can find them on either the Toronto Knitters Guild website or the Knitters Loft website. And it's a meet and greet sort of situation, but they have come out with a new line of color striping changing socks, and they're very knowledgeable and influential in the fiber industry. So if you're curious about the ongoings and what are the best ways to block, color coordinate, I'm sure their Q&A and all that jazz would be super useful and introspective? No. I can't remember what the word is that I'm actually trying to find, but that's okay. It should be a fun event, and it will probably be the first time I've ever been to the Knitting Loft. So, yeah, it should be a good time. And then Sarah Shira is going to be at Knit City, Toronto, doing, I believe, some book signings at the Feisty Fiber booth. So that will be fun as well. Yeah. Sarah Shira is also known as Imagine Landscapes. She creates gnomes and gnome-alongs. They're all very cute. Yeah, there's tons of good things coming down the pipeline in the industry right now in Ontario. It's going to be a very fun and full season. And when I say season, I mean a 2026 year, because every day and every season is a good season for knitting and crocheting and all the other wonderful fiber arts, at least in my opinion. But yeah, it should be a good time. Mm-hmm. We had our Learn to Knit class tonight. It was a lot of fun. We had a young one join us to learn, and she was fantastic at it. She did a really good job. Just, you could tell that after the first hour or so, like, she was hungry. It's hard for a kid to sit that long. I was surprised she sat for 2 hours. I'm surprised if I sit for 2 hours. The only way I can really do that is if I'm knitting or crocheting or doing some sort of needlework. Very difficult for me to sit for long periods of time if not doing something with my hands or writing, because then I'll either end up sleeping or I'll get like fidgety. So yeah, I was very impressed by this young lady. Her mom came with her as well. She was wonderful. It was a wonderful group this evening. Just wonderful group. Mm-hmm. I also finally went grocery shopping today. I've been putting it off for a while. Just something about having to spend money near the end of the month or at the very beginning of the month just kind of always doesn't sit great with me. I guess it's just because everything's due at that time of the month. Like, bills are due, utilities are due, all of the above. So it just kind of, if I don't have to spend at the last and first week of every month, then I'm okay. I'm happier. But I went grocery shopping and I used my Food Saver vacuum sealer for the first time today. It was actually a lot of fun. I'm quite impressed by it. And we'll see how fresh it actually keeps all my food. Because we do like mass purchasing of our proteins and then freeze them. And that'll usually last us for 3 to 6 months or so. And then we only really need to worry about our fresh produce that we have to get on weekly basis or every few days. Yeah, the Food Saver was fun to use, easy, pretty intuitive. It was good. And I felt better using it than using Ziplocs because I was actually able to package as much or as little as I wanted and not have like excess space or too little of space. So it was, it felt more optimal, which was nice. So yeah, if you freeze things and you don't like using Ziplocs and you rather have something where you can control the size of, I would recommend the Food Saver. My parents got us ours for Christmas a year or two ago, and they picked it up from Costco, I believe. But yeah, fun sort of outings. Hello, Gilligan. Someone has come to say hi. Hello. How are you, baby? You good? You smell like doggy bones. Yeah, you're licking your chops. You were chewing on a bone earlier, weren't you? Mm-hmm. That's the youngest of my fur children. Yeah, so I might have started off today a little rough. Um, wasn't feeling too hot, but it definitely ended on a high note, or is ending on a high note. So, no, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Ending the day better than it started is something to be happy about, I would think, anyways. Hmm. I think I'm making my cast ons a little too tight. I'm finding it difficult to get this through. Note to self, relax a little. Yeah. Hello, Athena. The middle child is now here. Yes, I see you, baby girl. Oh, hello. This is Athena. She is our middle fur child. She gets along with the boys very well, don't you? Yeah, the doggies like you. Hmm. She's very curious and very much a sucky baby. She does like to sit on this couch, on this chair when I'm not here. So every once in a while, I do have to de-hair this chair. Hmm. Well, I think I should almost have enough for Cal. Almost. Keep going for a little bit longer. I don't expect it to be a very full cowl, just because. Oh, I didn't weigh how much this hand spun weighs. Shoot. Oh well. I plan to use every ounce of it, so I'll weigh it when I'm done. But yeah, It should be a lovely, easy memory project of my first drop spindled hand spun yarn. And I did find the label for who it was by, and it's called Wildly Spun. And it is a super wash. I don't know what bait, like sheep or base or whatever, but it's a super wash, and it is 22 microns. But yeah, it's from Wildly Spun that I got at Fiber Forge a couple of years ago. But yeah, it does feel very nice. A little bit more. And then I should be good. Mm-hmm. Oh, dropping my needle. Good thing it's a cable because it can only go so far. I really am taking my sweet time with casting all these stitches on. It's okay. Again, it's a slow hobby, slow craft, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Okay, a little bit more. And then I should be able to join it in the round. I don't know, maybe like 5 more stitches or 5 to 15. You know what, I'll go with 15 just to be safe. Oh, I definitely made that one too tight. So I do not ply my hand spun. This is how it is right off of the drop spindle. Didn't do anything else to it other than wash it. Do I want to join it in the round right now? Or do a couple more? Do a couple more. Don't want it to have too much fuss over it, getting all the way around the cable. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'll start knitting it together. I'll close it off. Okay, let's close the circle. Alrighty, give that a tug. And now, time to knit. Knitting in the round, just plain old stocking stitch. See how this builds up. Oh wait, why am I doing English? I don't usually knit English. Yeah, I was like, this feels odd. Prefer continental. For me, it's more rhythmic. And neither one is better than the other per se. It's 100% a personal preference. I just prefer continental. They both get you the same stitch. Mm-hmm. Making sure I didn't accidentally twist it, which I might have. Go figure. Okay, I'll just untwist it when I get to a point where I feel like it's safe to. The one beauty about catching if you twisted your work early enough. I think I'll want to get at least 2 to 3 rounds of this done before signing off. I'm not a big fan of soft cables. Okay, I'm getting to a part where I can untwist it. Oh no. There we go. Untwisted. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of super soft cables, but all my firm cables are currently in use. So I am using one of my soft cables. It's taking me a little longer than I thought it would to get around in one round. It's so slubby. And I have finally gotten through the first round. Yay! Getting there. Almost done round 2. Mhm. Round 2 done. One more, and then I'm gonna call it. Mhm. Well, that's 3 rows done now. So I'm going to sign off. But it does look kind of cool. It has kind of like a interesting stone-like effect from the different, you can't probably see it because I haven't knit quite enough rows yet, but it gives it quite a different texture look. It's nice. Well, thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow. Bye.